Negm El Din, an author and independent researcher of international politics. He is based in Cairo. Thank you so much for joining us, Negm. We've started seeing in movements of more Sudanese people seeking refuge in neighboring countries. Negm, how prepared are these countries in dealing with refugees, and what needs to be done to help them cope with the influx?
Thanks for having me. I would like to just start by mentioning that this is the worst internal war or military conflict in Sudan. Sudan has got its independence January 56, and since that day, Sudan has witnessed or went through 4 military conflicts between the army and rebels. This one is the worst and number 5 of that military war, which has really affected all aspects of life in Khartoum. Obviously, since maybe 3 years ago, the immigration of Sudanese families to Egypt has increased. We have almost 7 million Sudanese citizens living based in Cairo, and there's another 3 million waivers come and go. Now, with this conflict, it's quite obvious that people are fleeing their families, taking their kids outside the conflict zone. Egypt, so far, is working very hard with the different parties in Sudan to find a way to reach a ceasefire, because it is a must to stop fighting. Then we talk about solutions.
Negm, along with a potential refugee crisis, what further impact could the conflict in Sudan have on neighboring states?
It is quite alarming. The humanitarian situation in Sudan was already difficult. Now it's disastrous. And if things get out of control in Khartoum and in Sudan at large, at least 5 or 6 neighboring countries will get affected by the influx of refugees. The international community is highly aware of it. Today, we're going to have a video conference between the Secretary General and the IGAD, head of IGAD, the head of African Union, and the Secretary of the Arab League. Everybody is working very hard to restore peace and stability in Khartoum, because other options are very, very dire straits.
Thank you so much for joining us, Negm El Din, an author and independent researcher of international politics, and he's based in Cairo, Egypt.